I'm at Stable Comedy, and based on all of your faces, I've gotten no follows on that. All right, so with that said, are you ready for your next act of the night?
Yeah!
Let's give it up for Raisa Maskin!
Hello, how are we tonight? I don't care that much. But we have Austria up here in the front row. I was just skiing in Austria. It's beautiful. Customer service questionable. And yes, that was my humble brag of saying that I ski, and not that kind of ski in Colombia. But like I said, my name is Raisa Maskin, and as you can tell from my accent, I am arrogant. I am originally from California, but I have been living in Dublin for 5 years. And thank you. Was that a clap or? Thank you. And it's been going well, actually. I felt very welcomed. When I first moved here, actually, one of my Irish friends told me that I looked like an Instagram model who sold cheese made from her own breast milk. They say happy cows come from California. But when I first moved to Ireland, my friends back home were so excited for me because they're like, "Oh, Raisa, you're gonna date European men. That's so exotic." But you see, the funny thing about living in the same place for so long is the exotic becomes normal and the normal becomes exotic. And you see, this terrifies me a bit because I've been living in Ireland for so long that I'm at the point in which a corn-fed Midwestern man with no passport and no foreskin sounds intriguing. But I am used to conflicting situations. Like I said, my name is Raisa Maskin. I'm named after my grandmother on my dad's side. My dad's side is Russian Jewish, and my mom's side is Irish Catholic, which means that I am fucked. And I don't know about you, but people have asked me a lot. They're like, "Raisa, have you done 23andMe? That would be so interesting." But to be honest, I have done so much work on what I think I am. I could not handle a plot twist. I know. And along with that, I actually took on a resolution this year. I can't even speak. I'm so tired from the skiing. Anyone take on a resolution this year? Woo, woo. What's your resolution?
Well, I downloaded one of these habit tracker apps, so it's a lot of things related to the show.
Okay, what's the main habit?
Just being healthier, I guess.
Being healthier? That's great, because that's what I took on this year too. I took on a flexitarian diet. Do you know what that means? 7% vegetarian, 30% meat. But upon some reflection, over the past few months, what I've realized is that I've also been approaching men the same way I've been approaching my diet. If the meat was good, I'd have it. Sustainability 101. But because of that revelation, I am trying to change my ways a bit. I'm in my 30s, so I need to be a bit more mature. And what I've realized about my friends and I, now that we're all in our 30s, is we're all working on ourselves a bit more. What that really means is we're just using different terms to define our bad habits. Like, instead of being procrastinators, we're busy. We also no longer are frequently drink. We now are occasional drinkers. And what does occasional mean? Honestly, it's one of the more vague words in the English language. Anyone can define it? Exactly. Is it a dabble? Is it sometimes? Okay, if tonight goes well, I am a stand-up comedian. If tonight does not go well, I occasionally dabble in stand-up comedy. I know, think about it. But I am also a middle child in my family. Do we have any middle children out there tonight? The second woo is what I was expecting. Other woo, you're not a middle child. And for me personally, though, I like being the middle child because I always know where I fall in the family. I was on the phone with my mom a few weeks ago, and we were talking about her will. She's totally fine, by the way, just incredibly proactive. And when we were on the phone, yeah, and it's not split evenly, I'll tell you that much. And we were on the phone and we were chatting, and she's like, "Oh, honey, oh, Raisa, it's so great. With your brother, I know I can rely on him for finances. With your sister, I know I can rely on her for medical advice. And you, honey, can make me laugh." Well, Mom, your eulogy is going to be hilarious. Thank you, that is beautiful. She's not getting beautiful words, though, in that eulogy. I'll tell you that much. And along with that, when I was growing up, my dad thought that I was a weird little kid. And in efforts to make me a better communicator, he thought it would be a good idea to blind copy me in every email he wrote from my age of 8 onwards. While a questionable parenting technique, it also led to a few interesting scenarios in my childhood. Like, apparently, it's a bit weird to write "to whom it may concern" at the top of your 3rd grade paper. And saying "kind regards" at the end of a handball game on the playground might get a few weird looks. But you see, this continued for me well into my 20s, because I'm a slow learner. And there was an email that he sent out when I was about 21, and it was to one of his good friends, and it was giving an update about life. And in the section about the kids, it went something like this. Michael just graduated top of his class at university. Diane just got named Athlete of the Year for her high school. And Raisa is working out. Funny enough, though, what didn't work out were my parents. Guess Mom and Dad weren't emailing each other enough. But my family does have a interesting relationship with relationships working out, because my brother was actually once married to a Hungarian woman. And let's just say it was a union I had little appetite for. Slow burn. And I am a supportive sister, though, so I went to Budapest for the wedding. And when I was there, I learned some Hungarian terms. My favorite is that the saying "goodbye kisses" in Hungarian is pronounced "see ya, pussy." I had a lot of fun with that one. And I also met... Continue. Keep laughing. I like this. But I also met some of her family members, including her father, who was an older Hungarian man with long white hair. And when he would go up to introduce himself, he'd stick out his hand and go, "Hello, I am father." He got some pussy. And the actual ceremony itself, it was an outdoor ceremony. A shaman officiated the ceremony. And exactly, my response too, and my brother told me that one. And when the reception started, a majority of the wedding party, including myself, dropped acid. Just like Mike over there. And you see, this was all going well until it started to rain. And I'm talking torrential downpour. Which put me in a bit of a situation. Because you see, my family members were getting stuck in the mud, no one knew what to do, complete chaos. But at the same time, the hairs on my arm were beginning to move in a way I had never seen them move before. But with some better judgment, I tried to go help, and so I found Father sitting alone in the rain. And when I ran up to... Oh, you're just so sweet. I love you. Why weren't you in Austria when I was there? But when I ran up to Father to ask what to do, I'll never forget it. Because all that he did is he grabbed my arm, looked me straight in the eyes, and said the most profound words I had ever heard. Rain is good, time is not real. Which is what I tell myself every day in Dublin waiting for the bus. Now, the marriage only lasted 6 months. A dabble. And when my brother and soon-to-be ex-sister-in-law told me the news, I just looked her straight in the eyes and said, "See ya, pussy." Thank you, everyone. My name is Raisa Maskett. You've been great.